As tomorrow marks the 106th anniversary of the Armenian genocide, and there are perhaps a handful of genocide survivors still alive to share their stories, but the children and grandchildren of those survivors continue to share these incredible stories of resilience and survival with the world.
Hey guys, it's me, Kim Kardashian. What's up?
For comedic actress and writer Lori Tatulian, performing and making people laugh is in her DNA. She credits her late grandmother's creative spirit.
I have that same love and passion for the theater, for performing, for telling stories. I feel her spirit.
Oh, the Virgin Islands!
Lori's deep bond and connection to her grandparents will never fade. Both her mother's and father's side were Armenian genocide survivors.
It was just in the air. The trauma that they went through definitely was intergenerational and very much a part of the fabric of our life. Their story of survival has inspired me to create and write and really embrace life.
Being thankful for today, yet never forgetting what her family endured to survive. Her mother's father, Emmanuel, was just 8 years old when he witnessed the unimaginable.
He saw his whole family killed in front of him, and his mother said, "Act dead so that they don't kill you."
He was found alive by Arab Bedouins. They rescued him, gave him the name Shukri. He ended up living with this tribe for 18 years. He got married, had a family. Years passed.
In his mind and his brain, he thought that every Armenian in the world had been exterminated. In 1933, there was a big effort to try to find the lost Armenians in the desert, and my grandfather was found. He miraculously found a cousin, and he reconnected with some of his surviving family members.
He never went back to his Bedouin tribe. He got married in Lebanon, had 6 children. Eventually, his family migrated to the United States. Lori's grandmother's story was featured in the documentary Women of 1915.
Agulin Tatulian was born in 1900 in the town of Hajan.
She was a student in Istanbul, and then she heard that these exterminations were happening in her city of Hajan. She also saw her entire family slaughtered.
Agulin went from studying music, theater, and the arts, living a dream, to a nightmare.
And at this time, they were taking the Armenian girls to harems or raping them, and she didn't want that to happen to her. She shaved her hair, and she fought in a resistance for 9 months, and she was the only woman.
Agulin fights heroically. Only a few hundred survive. Agulin Tatulian was among those survivors.
Agulin married, raised 5 children, and after taking teaching positions and directing theatrical plays in different countries, she finally settled in Pasadena, California.
She loved America. She just thought it was the greatest land. She would write thank you letters and love letters to Ronald Reagan, like, thank you for being the greatest president, thank you for this country. And she actually got to meet Ronald Reagan because she was honored as a genocide survivor right before she died. Completely serendipitous how we ended up living here and having this view. I almost feel like this view is microcosm of my identity. It's the Armenian Genocide Memorial with the backdrop of LA. When I look at that, again, it's like how I describe my grandmother. It's empowering, it's survival, it's resilience.
Lori's grandmother had one wish before she died. She'd been living with this bullet that had pierced through her body. It had gotten stuck in her left rib cage for 67 years, and she did not want to be buried with that bullet. So in the end, her wish was fulfilled. The movie Women of 1915 is streaming online, Amazon Prime. You can watch it there. And there's just, you know, so many great stories, a great history lesson, many stories of heroic women and their relentless spirit.
I love you, Araxia. I'm very proud of you. I know this is not easy for you to do, and it's so important. When we drive on the freeway and around town, you're going to see the Armenian flag flying on these cars. These are the stories behind it, right? Acknowledging from the president, acknowledging that this was a genocide is the beginning steps in healing the intergenerational trauma that is in the bodies of Armenians around the globe.
Yeah, absolutely. And to understand, this is why Armenians are all around the world, because of what happened in 1915. They escaped, those who were lucky enough to escape, and they fled to different countries, and they established homes and became part of communities and
Like
left
they are here,
behind
like you are here,
their roots. Right? Yeah. So, anyway,
so I'm reaching my hand across the miles in our studio.
Thank you.
And letting you know that we stand with you, and I'm here with you. I know you. This is hard. So we're here. Maria's here. We're here.
I know, and I
this is
so
beautiful.
appreciate having such a supportive work environment to
tell
be
these
able to
stories.
tell these
Yes.
stories, and people who really care and know how important this is. Charlie edited this, Charlie Hickman,
Well
if you're
done,
watching.
Charlie.
I know
Well
you
done,
put your
Charlie.
heart and soul into it because
Sure
you
did.
knew how much it mattered to me, so thank
It
you.
matters.
Thank
It
you.
matters.